welcome to our school. Sorry, I'm late, but weather very good. Good morning, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please take your seats. The function of the Yadavindra Public School, Patiala. And on behalf of the headmaster and the YPS fraternity, I extend a warm welcome to the chief guest for today's function, Lieutenant General K.J. Singh, AVSN. That is Ati Vishish Seva Medal and Bar, which means this medal was awarded to him twice.
Raja Malvinder Singh Ji and Rani Saiba and other members of the Board of Governors. Your presence here would greatly motivate not only the medal winners, but all of us. I'm also pleased to see so many familiar faces amongst the audience. The old Yadavindrians in large numbers, friends of the school, parents, my colleagues, and our dear Since last year, under the able guidance and members of the Board of Governors and advice from my colleagues at large, we have been doing strategic audit and review of our policies. It is something that all good schools and good business entities need to do from time to time to stay in good health. Although we value our traditions, we have to look forward in a rapidly changing world, as anyone who stands still is almost certainly moving backwards. To set the ball rolling, the senior management team and the Board of Governors have met several times to brainstorm some of the key issues. Amongst the questions we asked ourselves were, do we continue to be predominantly a day school or have a right mix of day scholars and voters? Do we continue to have the existing strength of 1,500 students? Do we have an ideal aim to be updated with times? We have to evolve and induct many new programs, some of which have been introduced by us in 2014, which are as follows. The school has been normally conducting inter-school programs and exchanges in sports and games and cultural activities, all this while through the IPSC. This was a new and challenge for us to introduce IPSC IT Fest this year. Some of us, which was a challenging competition acceptable to all participants, embarked on another journey of globalization by applying for the International School Award Scheme initiated by the British Council. This is a benchmarking scheme and accredited school having outstanding levels of support. So Preet Singh of class 10 studied for a month in their high school and shared his experience with the school. Under our teacher exchange initiative, Mr. Cesar Tordoya from Spain, from Chile, has returned back for another year with the junior school. The students are delighted to have him back. We are also hoping to host 2 more exchange teachers from UK for 1 term. They specialize in music and dance. Hopefully, they would make a difference to our dramatics and music department. The new additions to our outward bound last year, I had mentioned in my speech that we had started the construction of the new Furkiya House, dining hall and the multipurpose hall. The project is nearing completion and we hope to shift by the end of this term. The dining hall has a capacity of over 600 students with a state-of-the-art facility for cooking and serving meals. Hopefully, from this summer onwards, all the day scholars and boarders can look forward to dine in the CDH rather than on the lawns. The boarding facility is also now enhanced from the earlier estimate of 140 boarders to 210 in PH. We hope to have, in the next 3 years' time, 520 boarders enrolled with 420 boys and 100 girls. This would bring us on par with the best boarding schools in the country. Indebted to the honorable members of Board of Governors who have been always forthcoming to extend the helping hand and advice whenever needed. I would like to share a poem by Diana Lawrence titled, "If I Had My Child to Raise All Over Again." This is for all parents and staff to ponder. I read, "I would finger point more and point the finger less. I would do less correcting, but more connecting. I would come to know less and know to care more. I would take more hikes and ride more bikes. I would take my eyes off my watch and watch with my eyes. I would do more hugging and less tugging. I would run through the fields and gaze at more stars. I would teach less about love of power and more about the power of love." In a few minutes, we are going to give away prizes to some of our children, and we wish the best to all others who have not earned a prize this year. They must strive to be on the podium next year. For us, they are all superstars, and we are proud of each one of them. Thank you.
Now I request the school head boy and the school head girl to come and highlight the achievements in the senior school, followed by an account of the achievements in the junior school by Sarvagya Patiala.
Time travels in minutes but is treasured in moments. And on this most auspicious occasion of the school annual academic day, we remember all those moments that we treasured of a most remarkable year and a most remarkable academic session.
The cumulative knowledge of schooling years finds reflection conclusively in the board results. And it was with a feeling of pride that the school received the board examination results for the year 2014. The results of both the ISC and the ICSE examination were 100% passed. Vidit Randhava from the humanities stream stood first with 95.75% marks. Akshita Singla from the commerce stream stood second with 94.75% marks. And Anna Rupraj, yet again from humanities, stood third with 93%.
The ICSE results were equally creditable with 132 students appearing and 28 securing 90% marks and above. Sanil Garg and Safajot Singh stood jointly first with 97.6% marks. Gurleen Chima was second with 96.6% and Inayat Walia, the present head girl, third with 95.8%. The relentless effort and the consequent success of the school were once again duly recognized as YPS Patiala for the second consecutive year was rated as the #1 day-come boarding school of Punjab in a nationwide survey conducted by the human resource magazine Education World.
If studies appertain to the human mind, then sports most easily does so to the human spirit. In the field of sports this year, as many as 30 school students qualified to play for the valued STFI and the Open National Games, with 8 of them winning medals. Uday K.P. Singh won a gold medal in boxing. Tanishwi Chadha won a team gold, and Ina Arora and Chhabi Kohli a bronze each in fencing. Japjit Singh a team gold in cycling. Gurjot Singh bagged a team gold in shooting, and Ekam Barar a bronze in basketball. Abhay Tipnis and Jashanjot Singh were members of the IPSC cricket team that secured the runners-up position at the national level. Ina Arora also participated in the Commonwealth Fencing Championship held in Scotland.
The school hosted 2 major cricket tournaments this year, the 13th Dhruv Pandav Memorial T20 Cricket Tournament and the IPSC Cricket Tournament for boys under 19, and won both of them. School Cricket 11 also won the Madhav Rao Sindhya Cricket Tournament and were the runners-up at the IPSC under 17 Cricket Tournament. Another notable achievement in cricket was Mayank Markande's selection for the NCA National Cricket Academy camp at Bangalore. He and Prince Balwant Rai played as the member of the Punjab cricket team too. The school soccer 11 won the 4th All India Sun Singh Memorial Soccer Tournament hosted by Pine Grove School Sabhatu and were the runners-up at the 17th All India Bhupendra Singh Memorial Soccer Tournament hosted by Lawrence School Sanar. The school hockey team also were the runners-up at the IPSC Under 17 and Under 19 tournaments.
School athletes participated in the 51st All India Athletic Meet, where Khushbeen Barech, an outstanding sportsperson of the school, was adjudged the best athlete in the girls category. And Dikteshwar Singh set a new meet record in shot put with a distance of 12.98 meters. And last but not the least, the school tennis team won the bronze medal at the IPSC tennis tournament, while the school boxing team bagged 9 medals at the IPSC Boxing Championship.
The 66th Annual School Sports Day was an impressive affair, with the students putting up performances such as gymnastics and yogic exercises, equestrian show jumping feats, an Indian dance ensemble, and a torchlight PT show. The alumni of the Golden and Silver Jubilee batches of 1964 and 1989 respectively were invited, who turned up in encouraging numbers to be a part of the grand event.
Travel is the most spontaneous expression of man's urge to discover. School staff and students attended the Youth Development Summit held at Malay College, Malaysia, and undertook a 15-day exchange program to Italy. Sukhpreet Singh completed a month-long study tour to Denmark, during which he, besides participating in all activities of the host school, gained acquaintance with the Danish customs, culture, and traditions. School teams visited HSN College, Lahore, Pakistan, twice during the year to participate in Model United Nations Conference, declamation, quiz and art competitions, and to play soccer and cricket matches.
In adventure, a successful expedition to the Unum Peak, standing at a height of 21,000 feet in the Manali Leh region, was undertaken by school staff and students. The 25th edition of the annual Colonel Frank Moore Goldstein English debate, hosted by the school, was, as usual, a grand affair. 14 schools from across the country participated in the event, and the school team, comprising Prableen Gurnay, Ayushi Saini, and Abhay Tipnis, won the debate. Schoolboys and girls attended high-profile events such as the Youth Leader Conclave held at New Delhi and the Kushwant Singh Lit Fest held at Kasauli, where they met and interacted with eminent authors, politicians, and media personalities. Inayat Walia's essay on the evil practice of dowry, written for the Nani Chowng Foundation, an organization working for the welfare of the girl child, was rated among the top 10 essays across the country.
House Nights is an annual affair that is growing bigger, better, and brighter by the year. All 3 House Nights were delightfully celebrated, with students showcasing their skills in English plays, Punjabi and Hindi skits, Eastern and Western dance choreographies, and in instrumental and vocal classical renditions.
And finally, among other things, workshops were regularly held for both staff and students. Here one also needs to laud the efforts of the school alumni, who from time to time volunteered and visited their alma mater to hold lectures, seminars, and workshops for the present Yadavandrians on a wide range of subjects.
School students religiously participated in round square and MUN conferences at different venues, including at Kerala and Mumbai.
The NCC and IAYP activities were carried out with customary zeal and enthusiasm, and important school programs such as ACID, Mindspark and TGELF were faithfully followed and practiced throughout the year.
To retain, and not just to gain success, we believe is perhaps more important. And this, or rather more, is what we shall endeavour to do in the coming years.
And now Sarvagya Dev Thaplyal and Hinam Walia shall present the Junior School Annual Report. Thank you.
Thank you.
Up an idea, think of it, dream of it, and live on that idea. This is the way of success, said Swami Vivekanand. This has been the spark at Junior School YPS.
The activity-packed year began with the usual eagerness. The English department added an extra feather to its cap after the students won the trophy for the best presentation team from among as many as 12 schools.
Exchange of cultures is an important milestone in a child's development. The children will once again be taking the course Hola Amigo, which will certify their command in Spanish and make them
All-round Junior School Sportsman Trophy for the year 2014 went to Satish Singla and Manureet Kaur Garewal, whereas the boys interclass relay was won by 5E. And in the girls category, 5O was the winner.
Light that can make people blossom. The students of class 5 enthrall the audience with Aladdin and his magic lamp. Class 4's Punjabi version of the Blue Umbrella by Ruskin Bond was a
In
running
YPS,
success.
festivities and celebrations go hand in hand. Junior school students enthusiastically celebrate every festival. Christmas being the one that comes at the tail end of the academic session, the students enacted the birth of Christ, accompanied by
The end
hymns.
is to make
The
a new beginning. At YPS, students develop the ability to carry on a good resolution long after excitement has passed and march on with a nothing is impossible spirit. Thank you.
I now request the Chief Guest, Lieutenant General KJ Singh, to first kindly give away the prizes to the prize winners and thereafter sign the honor book. Akansha Bajaj, second position and chemistry prize. The class 12 trophy for the best batsman. And special cash for the best all-round student of the year. And Dr. Karan Sher Sidhu Trophy and scholarship of rupees 15,000 goes to Jashanjeet Kaur Chopra. Painter House Trophy for cultural activities. House. House Cup for the best all-round house, you would all have guessed it, is Dhaniram House.
Very privileged to be invited to this school to come on the annual day, and I have very fond memories of association with this school. It is the best in Punjab. It is also a school which gives you a combination of day boarding school and a full hostel kind of facility. It is also a school which allows people from striving classes to come and study. It's not an elitist. And wonderful organization before is Indian Army or Indian Armed Forces. And see what does Army gives you. Army has used me as a soldier, as a commander, as a diplomat. I have been to various countries, about 20 of them. And I was talking to this Spanish teacher that you've got here. He's currently missing. But I was talking to him in Spanish because I was in Angola and I was telling him, como tudo bem? Fala pouco português. Eu trabalho Angola para 2 anos. I picked up that language there. So it used me as a diplomat. It has used me as a teacher. It has used me as a soldier. It has used me as a commander. And when I was in Patiala, I did flood relief. When I was in insurgency areas, I fought the insurgents. So army gives you a very, very career. And I am a normal, conventional soldier. In army, we have doctors, we have engineers, we have lawyers, we have veterinary officers, and all kinds of people. You have to just look at range of options you have got. So if you want to be a good doctor, you can be an army doctor. If you want to be a good lawyer, you can be an army. So think of these choices. So may I request you all young children that think of army as a career, because if I come here wearing an army uniform and I don't tell you about army, then I would have failed in my duty. What we all have to do probably is, we have to be proactive. If we are going to accept the status quo, then nothing is going to change. The second thing is, you must do the first thing first. That's the third habit. That you should not waste your time on unimportant things. Focus on what is important. What are we doing? You go back and take a stock of how you spend your day. And take a piece of paper. I bet all of you will write down 5 hours wasted in watching TV, 2 hours wasted in chatting, 1 hour wasted in seeing mobile messages. You're not allowed to bring it here, but you go home and start doing that and all that. But that's not important. That could also be done, but you have to do the important thing first. So these are the first 3 habits. I'll repeat for you. Habit is brief. The first is proactive. Take charge. The second habit is begin with the end in mind. Set your goals and try to achieve them. And the third habit is do the first thing first. What is important should be done first. Let's move on. The fourth habit is think win-win. Everybody can win. Work as a team. You know, there is a famous story about India. In France, they are fond of eating frog legs. And frogs are exported to France from various countries. They go from Japan, they go from India, they go from Taiwan. So many countries send frogs. Now, the frogs which were going from India, during the transportation, there were no losses, 0 losses. Other countries used to lose those frogs because frogs will jump and then those countries will put a pad on the top to close the basket. The frog will hit the top and some will die out of trauma. Some will die out of shock. But Indian frogs sent in open baskets without cover on top, 100% delivery. So they analyzed, they said, why does it happen? Because every time a frog has to jump, the other one pulls him down. So that is our typical Indian mentality. We have to change it. Everybody can win. And we as students must change that philosophy. We have to think win-win. He can win, I can win, all of us can win. There is enough place in the world for many of us to emerge as winners. Thank you. Thank you. The fact that you clapped, you are also a winner. Thank you. The fifth habit is seek to understand, then to be understood. You know, God has given us 2 ears and 1 mouth. Why? Anybody who can tell me why has God given you 2 ears and 1 mouth? He's conveyed a message. You know, ma'am is saying that you should listen twice the amount of what you speak. That's the simple message God has given us. Are we doing it? We need to imbibe this message which God has given us. And I think I must also quickly wind up my lecture because I am speaking too much. A sixth habit is synergize. You know what is synergy? Synergy is the art of taking one and one. If you simply add them, it becomes two. But if you synergize, they become 11 to the last habit, seventh habit, which is sharpen the saw. Every day, improve yourself. Every day. Go back to your place, reflect on what you have done, and I wish you all the very best. Your exams are starting. Please do well in your exams. And the last word of advice to parents, be helicopter parents, but also take into account the lovely poem which Headmaster narrated to us. It's an important thing because as parents we have huge big responsibility. Thank you and Jai Hind.
प्रस्तुत करने वाले उत्तर भारत के इस मशहूर नृत्य को कथक कहते हैं। इस खूबसूरत कलाकृति को मोहिनीअट्टम कहा जाता है।